All right. So this is the colony that last Friday um, I did a video on a single deep colony that they were short on food, but they had over four frames of brood. That video went out Monday, yesterday, and several of you have watched it and said, "Hey, that looks like they need another box." Well, I came to give them the other box, and I want you to notice that they have built comb. I put some pollen patty in here just as emergency feed. And since Friday, they have built this comb here, and I don't see any eggs in it. Let me get this top cover off. But I've got another box ready to go on, and I'm going to put one of these from the dead out on there. And there's a couple of frames over here that had some honey in it when but you were absolutely spot on they needed space. Let's look at all them bees. And I don't actually right down in here along the bottom, and they're drawing this as drone sized cells, but right along the bottom there, the queen has laid in there. I want to make sure she's not on here. There she is. This is why you check your inner covers when you pick it up, because there's my queen right there. So if I'd have set it down somewhere, I'm just going to pick her up and I'm going to put her down here, and she's going down inside of there. And now I can drop that like that, give them a little bit of smoke. I put that pollen patty on the other day, and this is all that's left. Today's Tuesday, that was Friday that I put that pollen patty on here. So I'm going to get rid of this just because if I put that other box on top, I don't want to squish a bunch of bees by mashing them into the comb. So I'm not terribly concerned about this typically, but as crowded as they are, I'm going to cut most of that off, and they'll just go about rebuilding it too, I imagine. But see how they respond to that smoke. I know some of you don't like smoke, and they got new stuff out that's not smoke. It's chemical of some kind, but I'm going to put another pollen patty on there because they have consumed that so readily. And I'm going to go with a full patty. I am trying to use up what I had left from last year. So this will just help me in that endeavor. So I'm going to bring it over here and cut it. I'm going to cut it in thirds. And then I got to smoke them again. And I'm just going to spread that around like that. Okay. And then I'll put one over here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take some of this paper off. I'll just tear it and take it out of the colony. But for now, I'll just help them out with that. Okay. A little bit of smoke to get them down. Pop this box loose and set it on here. Now, the other thing I'll tell you about this is this was a dead out here, and I mentioned that I just leave them out here in the yard when I know I'm going to need another box soon. And so what happened is I came back and I had just put a lid over here because we had a lot of rain the other day, and it won't hurt it, but there was pollen in here, and that'll get soggy and nasty and start to smell bad. And so I just threw a lid on there just to keep the rain out over the weekend. I killed 2 wax moths in this box. When I took that lid off, they were sticking head down in there, and I just went ahead and killed them. So I'm glad that I came back today and put this on here. Wax moths love getting in a box like this that was brood comb, and it's a little darker. There's pollen in there, so it's a ready food source for them. This box isn't. I'm gonna need this box here because I got several singles here. They're gonna need boxes before too long. But what I have is over here. I have a frame with honey on it. One of these frames, a couple of them had honey. I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. And since this colony that you're looking at is going into a double deep, I'm just going to go ahead and give them this partial frame of honey. It's only about a third of a frame. It's only on one side. Remember to smash them toward the middle. Get all your frames tight so they don't fill it with propolis, and then you can't close the lid. All right. I don't necessarily. Well, okay. Inner cover, lid, the inner cover, and this hole line up. You can see straight down in there. And when I feed, we have the black cap on the top of there. Most of my buckets have 4 really tiny holes, like 1/16 inch holes, maybe even a little bit less than that. The smallest drill bit that I could find. Some of them, because that drill bit got broke, had a little bit bigger hole, and they only have 3 holes. And you probably can't see that, can you? Well, maybe a little bit. All right, so there you go. That's better. So when I'm going to put this bucket on there, I squeeze a little bit of air out through the holes. I invert it, and then I let go, and notice it doesn't drip. Then I'll squeeze just enough to get some sugar flowing in there. Put the lid, the cap for the lid there, and I'll put a brick on top of that just in case we get some high winds, and we're good to go. And the second box that I have over here, I'm going to leave it completely open. We're expecting rain tomorrow, but I'd rather have rain in that box than wax moths. So I'm going to leave that just like that. And there's another box over here. We had 3 because that queenless colony, they had 2 boxes as well. So all right, one more quick peek over here. Notice I cracked that lid, and look what's going on right here. See all the bees, they're orienting to that space. See how they're clustered up out here? I put that shim right under this corner, so they had an entrance right there. And they have the 1/8 inch screen between the 2 boxes just to kind of help them get acclimated to that queen and this location. And then I'll come back in a week or so, take the screen out, take the shim out, and they'll have to go through the box. And hopefully by then everybody will be happy. So there we have it. 15 colonies, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 colonies in this yard. Room for right at 20. So when I'm making splits here in 3 or 4 weeks, this will be location. If I catch a swarm next month, this will be a location that I'll bring those. The second box in on that stand was a swarm this past year that I picked up early in the year. They're doing well. The box on the end, I believe, was a swarm from 2 years ago, and they're doing real well. So anyway, talk to you soon.